Hey, cue that wind effect. Hey, y'all, bring it anyway. Hey, yo. Hey, welcome back, family. Listen, it's been a whole day without y'all, man. I can't lie, I was a little shook. But now, listen, guys, not much has changed as far as our AMC play. We're still in the same situation. Trading really between two. Like I said, I would call them supporter resistance levels, but like I said, this is irrelevant. These are not true levels of trading. This isn't real true price action. We're still just being suppressed by this algo. Obviously, holding above 5 is always fun, but like I said, all of that's irrelevant. Our continuation matters on June 29th, but I do have some information. All this hoopla that's going around the postcards, guys, again, they call me money because I just don't miss. Right? That's money, Montgomery. But like I said, I'm bringing the alternative, guys. They have where you can send, like, all the information you need as far as what will be on that postcard, where you need to send your objections. They have that already listed, and actually went to the law firm site that has that on their site. So we're going to have that link down in the comments. But everybody, like I said, guys, this is where Reaper tells everybody got to put your part in. Like I said, it's nothing but 5-10 minutes to write down your objection. You don't have to write 50 of them because they're only going to take one objection, right? But write your biggest objection, send that in. Like I said, this is the time to really formulate and put all that. Like I said, this sheet says 3.8 million shareholders. But I believe it's vastly more than that because to this day, I still never got the vote. I still never did my share vote. That never came through to me. So I don't know how they came up with that number. Like I said, if that's what's counted, oh my, oh me. But everybody needs to put their part in. Before we get down to that, guys, as usual, we're going to tap into our markets. We got our beautiful orange-headed cougar, Liz, who is basically going to, she has some interviews here, and they're kind of talking about how the inflation's still going on, state of the economy, because you're still hearing that. You got half the side that's like, oh, it's getting bad. You got half of them that's like, no, it's all fine. Still water runs deep. When it gets quiet and calm, there's a situation. Guys, before we start anything, like I say, XRP, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Tesla, Apple, guys, the greatest generational wealth transfer is occurring right now. If you're sitting up here, all your money in AMC, you're playing a fool's errand. Hey, I get it. Hey, I love AMC just as much as the rest guy, but that's your choice. If you want to blow your whole account up, you can. But there needs to be a way, and there is a way that you trade these things, right? Not financial advice, but you just hear this out. You got a portfolio for your long terms, right? What you need to be dollar cost averaging. That's shoe in. That's where wealth is built. Then you've got your, what I call my gambling account, because that's what it is, right? My momentum plays, my swing trades. That's a 10%, 20% at max portfolio where you go in and you do the Wutitsi, right? But your max majority, you need to be building up on these things. If y'all have not picked up Tesla stock, if y'all haven't picked up Microsoft stock, if y'all are avoiding the things that happen with AI, you're going to miss a boat. You're going to miss a big boat. Double tapping in also, probably sometime this week, I'm gonna drop a little short. Like I said, we need a little laugh, and like I said, I feel like it's a good opportunity to kind of show y'all my personality if you can't catch it already. But you know, on the weekends we get a little litty. But last weekend I thought myself to be Wesley Snipes, so I might drop that short. Y'all show that some love. But like I said, let's tap down into it. Don't forget in the description, start your generational wealth. Crypto is not to be played with. It's the time to go ahead and start buying Bitcoin, XRP, HBAR. I mean, what do y'all think is going to be the replacement for that? Not the replacement. What do y'all think we're going to utilize, right, to be our exchange of currencies? And if you don't have a cold storage wallet, again, another fool's errand. You can get a cold storage wallet, one of my favorites, Ballot Wallet, $35. And like I said, there's a thing with Ledger where there's people that are saying, like, when they're walking out, which I don't know why you're walking around with your Ledger anyways, right? But where they can kind of tap in their ledger. I don't know if that's true or not, but I know with my Ballot cold storage, that's a little physical wallet. Until you bring it online, the address isn't even an existable thing. So I got that thing plugged where you cannot get to those assets, period, right? But my main two that I would recommend, Ballot and Ledger Nano X. I'm going to do a review on my Ledger Nano X, but like I said, I already have a playlist for crypto. How and where to buy your cryptos, how to transfer is titled how to buy XRP and how to transfer to a cold storage wallet. It's a video. Y'all tap into that if y'all don't need the information, or if y'all haven't had that information. Y'all take a look at that. There's no excuse now that you should not be moving forward. Again, I'm proud of y'all boys for taking y'all step to financial freedom. Y'all deserve some thoughts on a couple yachts. You hear me? Now let's get down to it.
Show. Joining me now, Global XETF CIO John.
Miss Liz,
Mayer
baby.
in studio. John,
something about them orange heads, baby. Red heads, baby.
We've got the debt ceiling talks on ice at the moment. Not to mention the Fed coming out and saying the banking system's fine, but Janet Yellen saying, oh, wait a minute, there may have to be forced mergers.
Well, thanks for having me on, Liz, and there is a lot going on. First of all, I think it's inconceivable that we'll default on our debt. There's a lot of posturing going on both sides. Yeah. A lot of these negotiations come down.
Pausing already, guys. They're not going to let this default. I mean, they've raised it, I think they said 68 times in the history of America. They've raised the debt ceiling. They're not about to default, guys. That would be utter mayhem. I mean, there's just no way they're going to do that. So all this that they're pushing out, letting FUD up, that's just to stop retail. That's just to stop investors from plugging in and grabbing stocks at a dime price. Get in there.
Last minute. But it's catastrophic if we default on our debt. So
we know that. Okay, tell me something I don't know, John.
So there will be some resolution. I think it's going to be tied to the budget. The Democrats will have to give up a little bit. And then the budget is where the big discussions we'll have on certain cuts that will be amenable to the Republicans.
I mean, it is a little shocking here because you look at the intraday pictures, and exactly around 11:20 a.m. Eastern time is when Kevin McCarthy said, you know, we need some wiggle room, we need some movement, and we don't see movement at the moment.
They're begging.
And certainly it doesn't help that the president is at the moment.
Still water
on an
runs
important
deep.
Trip in Asia, but who's going to be talking if not them?
Well, there are negotiators that are talking behind the scenes. I mean, I'm certainly
they're not. Those were.
And guys, going back and reviewing stuff from 2008 with Bear Stearns and Jim Cramer, these are the same things where it's like people, they're coming out and say, hey, we need some wiggle room, please, Fed. Wiggle room for what? Hey, how about y'all don't over leverage your whole business?
We're the negotiators.
But
Bump 'em.
what happens in these discussions, it really comes down to the wire. So we're not going to default on debt. I'll give you a 95% on that one.
So are you buying stocks because of that thought?
What we're buying is some of the tailwinds. What we're looking at, the AI story. You know, my company has.
Hello? Hey, all right, y'all ain't
several
listening to me.
AI
I'm just
ETFs.
talking up here.
And that is a real story that is filtering into every different type of company. You started with some of the bigger companies, Microsoft and IBM and Google.
Yeah, of course.
So that's happening. And a lot of the leadership is happening from the top end. But that is filtering down and it's being built into other business models.
How many times do I have to scream it?
So it's a real story.
Can I tell you, some are pushing back. You know, we've got the Writers Guild strike going on. We're going to talk about that in a minute with the top writer, and they don't want to be replaced by AI, but yet you say that that is going to be what lifts tech stocks. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, you can't eliminate it. You can't completely regulate it. Regulators who don't really know anything about it are going to put regulations around it. I think that's pretty inconceivable. So is it going to take away all our jobs? No, it's not. It's going to enhance our jobs. I can tell you, I use it in
No, it's not going to take away all your jobs, but just like how there was a good example that Keenan Grace used. Everybody goes in Walmart. Y'all remember we used to go in Walmart, depending on how old you are, and it used to be nothing but old ladies at registers. How you doing? Scanning all your bags of groceries slow as hell. Now what do you got? You got one rude 28-year-old, 25-year-old woman sitting up there saying next as you walk in the self-checkout. There's one person that is now running multiple registers instead of one person at each register. Same when they were talking with Tesla, where they're trying to have two bots in 10 years, have two robots per one person. Guys, this is not a game. I mean, this is, hey, all right, sleep on it if you want
to. Is the grammar correct? Get me started on a piece of research that I'm writing, and then I morph it and change it and source it. So it's an enhancer.
John Mayer, thank you very much. I wonder what AI would spit out if we asked, what's the Fed going to do next? I mean, we need to get exactly to what Fed Chair Jerome Powell said, that had Treasury yields diving for cover. We can put up the 2-year, the 10-year. You can see that they immediately started to fall at a monetary conference in Washington, D.C. today, when Powell stressed that inflation is far above the Fed's objectives. Yes, still. I mean, we interpret that as it's still too hot. He did add a tiny touch of dovishness, saying that the stresses in the banking sector may slow down the pace of his interest rate hikes. But let's bring in former Federal Reserve Governor Robert Heller to filter both comments and interpret the real meeting. Mr. Heller, give me a sense of what you hear. I'm the one who's constantly saying, are you guys not listening? They think inflation's still hot. They're going to continue to hike.
Thank you, Lynn. God dang, baby. I love you.
Well, inflation.
I mean, hell,
clearly
he's
is
telling
still
you what he's
hot.
going to do.
We are running around 5%, depending on which variable you're looking at. But on the other hand, there are the banking problems that you've just been talking about. And therefore, the Fed is probably just a little bit reluctant to step on the brakes too hard, so as to make not the banking problems even worse than they are already.
Look at this year.
That's the balancing
yield.
act that he has to do.
Well, I'm looking at the Fed funds futures. So this morning, we were all flipping out saying, wait a minute. Suddenly, there's a 40% chance of another 25 basis point hike. And you compare.
Guys, go. Hey, if you've been here, watch the Family Channel, what have I been saying? Like, if you get caught up in the media, you're going to blow up all your account. Jerome Powell tells you what he's going to do. That man said, hell, we might have to do 25. They haven't halted the inflation. Why would they stop? Well, because the banking sector is getting smoked. Okay, if they stop, then the hyperinflation continues. He's got to finish it out.
Compare that to almost
Smoke 'em.
zero just a week or two ago. And then Powell starts to speak, and that comes down again. At this hour, we have just a 16% chance.
What did he say? Yeah, put
that
your money in
Powell
yields.
and company
All right,
will
well, I'm not
tighten
putting it in
once
yields.
again.
12
And
months
so
for
I get the
5%.
sense that, especially when you are saying
might as well
that
go
inflation's still
VCI.
hot, why would he stop when he doesn't want to make the mistake of stopping too early?
Well, he has a very large committee that he has to convince and to bring along. So, and the banking issues are significant, as you mentioned before. So I think he will wait until the last possible moment, then try to form a consensus. And
Rug
I would
pull 'em,
hope
pal.
that they would
Rug pull
continue
'em.
to increase the rates, but he may not do so. And that's what the market is.
Y'all, this is what I was elaborating with our family members. I'm going into tech because the tech sector has high pricing power. Not every company, but this AI, EV, these high pricing powers of the future, companies of the future, this is where I feel my money to be the safest. The housing market has yet to get its smacking. I mean, you think it's gotten its smacking. The housing market, the commercial market, getting roached. Later in the year, maybe, I might start divvying into some dollar cost average, some old realty first to get some exposure to it. But none of this, there's nothing else, retail, sales, travel, none of that stuff is where it's at its bottom yet. I literally told one of my families, I feel like we got a 20 or 30% more decrease coming to the market, right? Over the broader market, especially in those sectors. I said, hold up.
Telling us right now.
I'll tell you that I want to read some of these headlines from Chair Powell. He said that specifically inflation, and I'm going to repeat this again. He said it's far above the Fed objective. It poses significant hardship. Failure to get inflation down would prolong pain. We are right now with the PPI, that's the manufacturing index of inflation, at around 5%, if I'm correct. And the Fed funds
Yes.
the Fed funds rate at the moment is 5 to 5.25%. So we're kind of not anywhere near the 2% level that he said he'd like to get down to.
Yes, and the Fed funds rate is not above the inflation rate. And that's what you got to have in order to really step on the brakes.
And look at wages.
The cost
Yeah.
of money got to be.
Sorry, we just showed the wages. Wages are not outpacing inflation.
Yeah. So FYI, guys, what y'all just saw right there was basically what they're just spitting out is it costs more to live and you're not getting paid the equivalent to even balance it out. Y'all do your quick maths. Oh, wait a minute. People about to get smoked. One, family, do not have all your money in AMC. I know that everybody's like, oh, I've been. At some point, you got to make a boss move. I had to take a hit to recalibrate my account because this is not about one play. It's not about AMC. You got to graduate up from that childish mindset. If you have all this stock in AMC, but you're not picking up in Tesla and this and that, okay, you're going to learn your lesson. Like I said, I can't make you happy, make you get it, but you will. But don't come back crying. Like I said, learn from me how I came in heavy, right? I got spanked by AMC. Boom. All right, learn. Now I had to figure out ways to day trade, swing trade. I had to learn long term how to separate my money. And now we're rebalancing everything, right? Is recouping, it's coming back, right? But you don't want to just ride everything AMC. The time is now to be making the investments of your future. It's your LLC. You are the hedge fund of your LLC. We are hedgers, right? Not bettors.
The way you just talked a minute ago about the writer strikes which are on, there are quite a few school districts in the country that are on strike, and wages keep going up. I agree with you. The wages are not going up much faster than inflation, but they are setting a floor to the inflation rate.
Wages
and therefore the Fed has to break that momentum.
School teachers ain't been paid a dime yet. You ain't doing them, bringing them up to minimum wage.
At least the lower rate of increase in wages has to be achieved.
That's too bad, because you know what? We were looking at corporate profit margins, and they are getting very close to 40-year highs. These companies are making money. Hey, we're capitalists here, but when do the workers get to participate in this, Mr. Heller?
Well, I'm all in favor of the
Mr.
workers
Heller said,
getting
bump the
paid,
workers.
but their productivity has to go up.
Okay.
Unless the productivity goes up, you don't deserve higher wages, sad as it is.
Robert Heller, former Federal Reserve Chair, thank you so much.
That's a fact, guys. And just to throw that spin in there, I'm the last of the Mohicans in my generation, right? And I'm 28 that get out there, I hustle, I bustle. What I do, any corporation I go into, they love to have me because I'm not about to slack off. Because I'm going to be a future business owner. So I give them up and above what they pay me, right? To where they want to pay me more. But there's a scale. Everybody else, a lot of my generation don't want to do that. And the generation below me, Generation Z, not talk trash, but there's even a smaller fraction of them that want to go out there and bust hell and get the camaraderie off of going out each day and bringing that bag in, right? They want to do more. I want somebody to give me. Well, so you're getting way less production out of workers, where it's kind of like these businesses are like, well, if y'all are gonna give us an $8, worth pays, well, here's $8. So it's like I can't even force that gamut because like I understand the laziness. I see it each and every single day. When I go out to the bar and go, you gonna buy me a drink first before we talk? What? Hold on, wait a minute. You want me to buy you something before I even know you? Hey, how about this? How about I buy me a drink and you sit over there? This. So I understand. All right, let's pull it in, guys. Get these keynotes out. Guys, look at our stock. Still sitting in the same algorithmic trade pattern. There's nothing changed. Nothing happened. Obviously, it's on the 1 hour chart. 5-minute chart, you'll see just straight barcoding. I mean, we didn't do anything. We haven't done anything for the last 2 days. You get a little pop, but obviously we're holding above that 5 level because people are hitting that ash when it hits below 4. But nonetheless, I still simply say all of this is just wait time. This is irrelevancy. Getting caught up in this debacle, all you're gonna do is stress yourself out, get your pimples, your nose gonna turn up. No, but like I said, this is all just irrelevance. There's nothing that's changed, nothing that's moved. We're sitting up there waiting. Now, what is still holding stagnant is this. Days to cover still sitting at 10.44 days. So we're at 10 days to cover, 25.95%, still sitting at the same numbers. This is how I know this is well above this. This short interest should have been higher than it should have been crossed over 26. How is the days to cover rising? Shares are being utilized, but short interest has still been holding here at 25.95%. You're not going to roll that on me. Off exchange short volume, or basically the trading that's going off in the dark pool as of what they've got, is around 60%. Uber high. We come over and look at our our shares available for loan. We're at now magically just up under 1 million at 65%. Guys, this is irrelevant. I stopped even looking at this. When I start, from where? I'm not even getting caught up in that debacle. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not caught up on it. But important. Fields Cooper, and this is what I'm gonna have the link to this, guys, in the comments. For if everybody's freaking out to buy my postcard. Hey, bump a postcard. This is how you do it. I mean, I already posted before, but we'll do it again. Fields, Kupka, and LLP, AMC case documents. This is how you go through all this. I'm going to show you the actual website as well. You'll click the court letter of stockholders. This is the link in the website. Like I said, I'm going to post it. You'll be able to go down here. But basically, this shows you everything in the first 2 or 3 pages. See, June 29th. And I'm going to tell you right there. I'm sitting back. I'm like, oh, they're pretty smart about this. They're going to send the postcards out on May 24th. And the deadline to for them to receive your documents, I think, was May 35th. It's gonna take, I mean, just think about that. Sending through mail, unless you send it expedite, it's gonna take 5 or 6 days anyways. So that, I mean, obviously, it's just funny. What they say, I can smell manipulation, right? I know what to manipulate. Hey, if I was to even do it, I could, because I know how to manipulate. I'm just telling you. This is manipulation. But what they're trying to do is send out the last 6 so you can't even send the objections, but you don't have to even wait for that postcard. That's irrelevant. People, I got to get my postcard. No, you don't. You can send them in now. Send them in now. Before you get the postcard, you can send it in now, right? And like I said, all the stuff that you need is right here to be able to send it electronically. Oh, snapper. I just clicked it and opened up. Objection must be submitted to the plaintiff's counsel, not to the court. Objection must be submitted to plaintiff's counsel as directed notice. Electric AMC settlement objections, blbglaw.com. That's by email, by mail, AMC investor submissions. I would do 2. I mean, I would send both. I mean, they'll get one and they get the other. I'm sending both. But this is how you send it by mail. This is how you send it by email. Send your objection. Dear Chancellor, we have been grossly robbed. The approval of this conversion will devastate and wreck retail. Not only will that cause devastation for many families, but you are going to be firsthand in the implosion of the economy as you ruin a mass majority of investors' portfolios. Dear Chancellor, I have been grossly robbed by AA and his cohort. There's never been an investment or a move in the area of investors. We have been used as ATM. We're asking you to please assist us. Whatever, guys. Send your objection and send that bad boy in. I'm going to have this link down there. There's no excuse. There's no crying and blind. I'm always going to have it in the title. We'll see how many people make it to the end. If y'all could put a timestamp, I'll probably put a timestamp in there as well. But like I said, I don't know why people acting like we don't have this information. We'll never get the guys. Do it. It's been up there. I posted this 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. But like I said, people want to be focusing on nonsense of things and looking at look. Let me not get in no drama. Hey, nonetheless, here we are, people. The time is now. What I do have to say it every single time, because people come in new. Hey, what about XRP, Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, Google, tech, AI, high pricing power, companies with money, and then things that people are going to consume through a recession. You going to find a way to get your phone, right? So, I mean, these are how you have to look at, we're hedging against the market. When the rest of the other market hits the bottom, don't sit back and say, oh, housing got smoked. Go in and get you some real estate investments then. Because people don't come in and buy this stuff at the bottom. The people, the 1%ers, right? The top 10%, the movers shakers are going to come and scoop this for the low and ride this up for the next 15, 20 years while you sit them like, I should have bought. Don't be a fool. You're seeing it happen. I'm glad about the time period when there need to be a reset, but this is the opportunity for the last chance for the have-nots become the haves. You have some haves become have-nots. This is the time. This is not a time to play around. It's time to get active in your investing. And like I said, I'm proud of you already for being here. I'm proud of you for being in the markets, learning the markets. Don't be a defeatist, though. One thing I hate is a sucker. I hate somebody who, I lost, I lose. Hey, me and you aren't the same. I can't even relate to you. You know what I'm saying? You lose on AMC and you go and you ride the market. I can't relate to you, boss. I'm sorry. If you thought you were just going to come in and you didn't learn, hey, it's a learning lessons. It's not a loss. It's not a fail. I learned. Let me go do differently. As long as you have a job and you have more income, it's money. It's paper. Don't be a goofball. I'm never going to go into the financial. Hey, how about this? How about you get some hustle, go get some more money, and do it again differently? That's simple. I don't like to hear no because you can be crying over there while I'm on that yacht. Girl, look like Rihanna. This is going to be me. This is going to be you over there and driving that Uber. Not to say that we hate Uber. That's how you could get some hustle up. But you don't want to be driving Uber and not have a yacht. This gonna be me. I'm just telling you. I'm being that thing just like this. I'm gonna look over, hey, baby. Hey, appreciate the ride. Hey, them girls you dropped off for me, okay. Because you want to play around and stagnate in a time where there's multiple opportunities and not just all in the high risk plays. 10%, 20% the high risk. You get your smart a portion that your dollar cost average, not put $100 every 2 weeks in a XRP, Bitcoin. Add it up, accrue it, and make that maneuver. This is investing. This is hedging. Guys, like I said, I'm posting that short. Y'all go check it out. I think it's been cracking up everybody on my social media anyways. Like I said, hey, I get a little bit of 1800 and baby, I don't know who I think I am. But like I said, it's a funny thing. And I feel like it's a good chance for us, for y'all to see a little bit of my personality. But like I said, I would enjoy if y'all looked at it. Much love to y'all family. Thank y'all all for support. You know I love y'all boys. I'm not talking trash. I want y'all here with me. And when I say with me, we can't do this without each other. There's no way for us to get financially rich. Retail is a movement. It's a saga. As we're able to hit down on something and move it, but everybody's got to be there. If we're losing 30% of us and 40% of us because nobody wanted to say, okay, wait a minute, I've been in this for 2.5 years. I need to have a backup plan. Backup plan being, oh, let me invest in banger companies that I know ain't going nowhere. That's the backup. Because when most of y'all, even let's say it did start running off, you're not, the greed inside of you is, and I'm pointing at you said because I did the same thing. You'll see it run up to $70 and not pull anything off the table because you're looking for $1 million. I want $700 billion on one play. Okay, do you? But like I said, this is a small, slow growing, boom, hit here, boom, hit here. Even my momentum, boom, 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 made 200, boom, made 50, boom, let me get that, boom. You have to put it together. When you look back over 10 years, you're like, yeah, I bought that C8 and can I get that girl over there from Brickell in Miami to sit in next to me? All right, cool. I mean, I'm just saying. Hey, listen, hey, I'm 28, guys. Y'all see my affiliation. Obviously, now I am going to get a C8. But as far as like yachts, yeah, I probably am going to get a yacht too. But hey, you have your decision. This is what financial freedom is about. I'm still going to have my compounding I'm building. I'm still going to have my agriculture. I'm a money person. But also, I feel like living as well. I ain't going to be one. I'm not one of the people, oh, yeah, I'm going to hold it down and just never. I'm in the condo now, right? At 28. And that's because of the finances and the hustle that I put down. I'm about to live it up in this life. And you sitting up telling me Jeff Bezos got $100 billion. Okay, if you think you can't get a couple mil, 5 mil and live a life, that's on you. But I know one thing, it's a lot easier than what they make it seem. Y'all hold it down. We'll probably tap back in maybe Saturday, if not Sunday, baby. Much love y'all. Y'all know I love y'all boys. And this is only the beginning of our saga. Get ready for what's coming. We're just trying to close out this chapter of AMC. And y'all know that I'm in here with y'all, baby. Much love and hold it down. Y'all know what's coming on. You know what's coming. Yes, sir.